What do we have for executive order or emergency order updates from the court? We do have an update from the court provided by Amy Quinlan and her staff related to the newest PMO SJC-1 revision, which we talked about yesterday. It wasn't necessarily clear that for uncontested cases, remember we provided a list yesterday that were added to the pandemic order that were going to be heard. It wasn't clear how they were going to be heard. Well, now they're sending out an advisory. We just grabbed one of the paragraphs in FM-224 that I think will go out with any notices that come with a request for an uncontested hearing. It basically says it's going to be by video or telephone. So we just need to prepare to receive those and anticipate those with any request we make for an uncontested hearing. This is a snippet of it. We can put up the rest of the notice that we were given a preview of on our website, right, Angela? Yes, okay. And thank you to Amy Quinlan and her staff for getting that out to us. We also did hear from Amy Quinlan via our acting chief, Mead, that the goal is to take each day, one day at a time, that it's anticipated, just like the new PMO says, that we're going to be in some sort of limited judicial case situation until May 15th, but that we can expect further update before May 15th from the acting chief. With that being said, we've got our bar counsel, Aria E., I believe, we're planning on having coming on this morning. And
sure. Hi,
Aria,
good morning.
Hi,
Good morning.
thank you for being here with us. And I know you had a couple of special things to share with us, and thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Thad. So as I'm getting ready to look at what we're doing in our office and cleaning things up, I started thinking about Marie Kondo. And for you Kondo fans, we're going to declutter. I think now's the time to declutter your caseload and your client matters. So evaluate what's bringing you joy in these client matters and what you can appropriately and safely disengage from. And as you're doing that, for the ones you're going to keep, be thinking about setting up tasks lists and what each client matter needs for the particular issue that you're working on. Get some help if you need to. There's a lot of lawyers out there that are doing a great job reaching out, and please continue to pursue those connections with one another. There's some great resources besides our own Bill Nugent with MAP and all of his cadre of volunteers. We've got Jared Correa, who did the MSBA CLE with Chris Largay and Justin Andrus yesterday. They did a great job on that. Talked a lot about technology and law office management stuff. Jared's a private consultant, but we've worked with him over the years on different things. The ABA has a great resource toolkit. Obviously, the MSBA does. And Fine Law, Bloomberg Law, those are also good resources for lawyers right now. Of course, remember to have fun when you can. And I can't stress that enough. For some lawyers, when we've been having meetings, of course, virtually so, some lawyers are talking about this is the most relaxed they've ever been. That's great. I think there's a lot of lawyers who are not so relaxed right now. So be sure to take yourself where you're at and not push yourself to go through or do things that you just can't take on right now. So that's my big message today is have fun when you can. And speaking of that, Angela, let's cue up the Ethics Jeopardy. So we're going to have a little fun ourselves today. And how we want to play this today, I can't, there we go, is the first person to give the correct answer to this question through the chat function will get some cool swag from my office. And I know you think we're not cool or we don't have swag, but we got something. We got at least candy. Oh, Bonnie Gould. Bonnie Gould nailed it. All right, Bonnie, good job. Angela, can you throw up the next slide, please? Yep. Then Joe Lewis, you were very close second. And the correct answer is, who is the client? So yes, we have to ask that person. We can't tell the client. The firm can't tell. The departing lawyer or transferring lawyer can't tell. There's a whole situation out there that is detailed through the Ethics Opinion 219, and then you've got some professional conduct. Yeah, you can win more than once every week. If that and Angela and the folks at the MSBA continue to have us, we'll play a slide each week. And in any event, the rules outline what you're supposed to do with clients, but the biggest thing is to make sure that they are the ones making that decision. And if you decide, as I said, if you've Marie Kondo'd your caseload or your client matters and you're decluttering, when you disengage from the client, you should tell them that. So in that instance, you're going to take precautions under and the steps under 1.16. But thanks for playing the game. And the last thing I want to say in my few minutes left is we're so thrilled that the Board of Governors, thank you, Thad and Angela and everyone at the MSBA and all the governors who may be listening today, for choosing our very own Jackie Rogers as the John Ballou Award winner. We are so proud of Jackie, and anyone who's worked with her over the years knows what a quiet, strong, and steady force she is and has been for lawyers for more than 2 decades. So please send any congratulatory emails to her at her email address at the board, and we'll ensure that she gets those while she's on medical leave. Thank y'all again, and have a great weekend. I'm out.
Aria, wait.
Okay.
We had a question for you. And it
okay, go ahead.
It came to me and not the whole group. Is Bar Council keeping abreast of security enhancements announced by Zoom?
Well, we get those emails. I just got an email, I think this morning, from Zoom. I don't know if Justin Andrus is on this. I forgot to look at the participant list, but Justin's the one who's primarily handling our Zoom and security questions. Because that's more of his background than mine. But certainly every time I see a security enhancement or an update from Zoom, because I have a couple of different, oh, that's a good question, Bob. I have a couple of different Zoom accounts. So I'm fortunate to have one through the university, through my adjunct teaching assignment, and they're on top of all the cybersecurity stuff. But Microsoft Teams is sending things out. I'm trying to use Microsoft Teams in-house, but for Zoom, we obviously want lawyers to continue to be technologically competent. Every time that y'all are talking about, for instance, the court orders and the updates from the governor's office and from the court, y'all should also be thinking about what's out there for updates from your virtual meeting platforms, and be seeking those out. I think there are a lot of busy lawyers right now, Angela and Thad, but there's also some downtime in between your virtual meetings and your reviewing your client matters. And you should please take that time, take a little, I had somebody that told me she was sick of Netflix and sick of some of the other streaming programs. So take a look at some of the more educational programming that you can do for yourselves. And Bob Montgomery asked if the lawyers are wearing masks in court. I think that's a great idea. I mean, we don't want to expose our colleagues to anything more than we have to. We want to keep ourselves safe. I think my discussions with lawyers are that they feel weird wearing the masks in court, but a lot of them are doing so.
Yeah, Aria, my understanding is that's encouraged by the court officials to wear a mask when you go in. So
yeah, and I think that there's a lot of small Oh, I'm sorry. I was just going to say, I think there's a lot of small businesses making masks, so it's a good way to support our sewers and crafters out there too.
Roger that. I actually have one that I can share with you guys right here. Can you see that? That was specially made by my wife, actually. Can you
That's
see
awesome.
see the mustaches on it?
I love
Oh, it's
that.
mustaches. That's awesome. Yeah, maybe
So-
next week, Thad, everybody should wear their masks. Show
Yes,
them off.
that's true, especially the colorful ones and any designs, yes. All right, Aria, thank you very much. We'd like to move on to business side updates. I know that, Angela, you've heard some info on the Paycheck Protection Program.
Yes, thanks to those of you who've shared. Had someone share that they had used a credit union and that they did it for 2 employees, and the process was not difficult. It took a little bit of time to get some of the paperwork together, but had the money within about a week. And she has heard, she didn't have any type of loan or anything through this bank. She'd had accounts, but no loans. So she'd heard some places you have to have loans through the banks as well. So, so there are, that's one of the successful programs we've heard about. If anybody's had unsuccessful ones, we wouldn't mind hearing about those as well. So hopefully if there's some more money in that, eventually others will find that it's not very cumbersome process. As far as the MSBA updates, we have decided to officially postpone the Family Law Institute. It was supposed to happen in September. And we are pushing, based on the fact that everything has slowed down and the faculty hasn't been able to do some of the stuff it would normally do, nor has the CLE department, that they're postponing it till next year in May. It's going to be a Thursday and Friday rather than a Friday and Saturday. And it will still be at the Augusta Civic Center. There are, I sent out an email yesterday requesting some uplifting messages from all of you. Hopefully you received it. It came out through Constant Contact. I haven't received anything specific yet, but I just wanted to put on here as a reminder, if you have those, a story about something you've done or something that someone has done for you. Specific, hopefully, you know, attorneys, that we can keep this in the legal world, but it doesn't have to be if it's something that helped in your community too. We're looking for uplifting messages, but also ideas that other people might be able to use. You can see our list of upcoming guests. We do have a probate judge joining us again next week on Thursday. This time it'll be Margot Jolie. And I just had a question about the Summer Bar Conference. As of right now, the Summer Bar Conference is moving forward. We are working with the hotel to find out if there is a way we can do this and make a decision later, because we're all kind of up in the air as to where we will be standing and how many people will even want to get together at a time like that. At that time, we don't know where things stand. So we're trying to move forward. We will keep you informed if anything changes, but as of right now, we are, and we don't have a registration up yet or anything like that, but we're in the background pulling it together. That's all I have, Thad.
Thanks, Angela. And that's the thing, just we are charging forward on the summer bar meeting. There will probably be a lot of reasons why people probably want to get together in some way or another. The other side of the coin that Angela didn't touch upon that we are dealing with too is that we want to make sure that the hotel is going to be operable with appropriate staff, etc. All right, so, and I also take it as hopeful that because we're doing so well as a state, because overall the people in the state are really concerned about staying healthy, that we are going to be able to march forward into a productive part of our life, I'm hoping by the end of May. So I know that the courts and the state are having their eyes set on May 15th. So let's hope everything keeps going that way. And that's one of the reasons why I'm thankful for all the health that we've had. And overall, we've done well as a state. And I hope you all enjoy your weekend. Please submit any questions that you might have via email so that we can address them in our next session on Monday. Angela, any alibis?
No, sir. I hope everybody has a great weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, y'all.